You've waited for it, and now it's here. It's mood board time, guys. Hello everybody, my name is Danny, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to today's video, where I will be showing you guys my mood boards for some characters in my NaNo project, Project Labyrinth. So there are 5 characters that I want to show you today. The main character and 2 of her companions, as well as the main antagonist and one of his associates. You'll get more details when I get to their mood boards. But, yes, that is the plan for today. I am very happy with these mood boards. I think they fit the mystical vibes of Project Labyrinth very, very well. And they're like mostly quotes, which was not what I was expecting going into making these mood boards, but I feel like I couldn't really find any good visuals that represent what the characters actually look like. It's more like the pictures and stuff that I found fit their personalities and their motivations and all that. So, and if you are not aware, Project Labyrinth is my story, and it follows Thea as she goes to rescue her brother, who was called by some mysterious force to go into the mines that are in the forests and mountains surrounding their village, as many people between the ages of 18 and 25 are called to do. It's like this thing that happens in their area. And so why don't we just get to the mood boards, starting off with Thea herself. So Thea is a very stubborn and kind of selfish character. Like I said, her whole goal is to rescue her brother from this fate that he has been dealt, and so she's like basically throwing herself into this goal. Like, she doesn't care about anything else, she just wants her brother back, and he was the most important thing in her life up until the point that he was taken, and then even then at that point he's still this like monumental figure, this gap in her soul basically, and that's why she wants him back. She dwells a lot on the past and the way things were instead of looking at the future and the way things could be. And if there were a, this is gonna sound rude, but a nicer character going on this mission, they might be like, oh yes, I want to get all of these people out, not just my brother. But that's not Thea. Like I said, she's a little bit selfish, and she's doing this for herself, but also for some other people in her life. It's not entirely selfish reasons, but she's an interesting character. She's definitely one of the more flawed ones that I've written, and it's very fun diving into those flaws and exploring them. Then we come to Silas, who is Thea's brother, who was called. He was a very kind and outgoing person, got along with everyone, that kind of guy. And it was like a switch was flipped. That's what happens when the mines call to you. One day you're living your normal life, and then all of a sudden you have to get into those mines, and the only thing that can stop you is death. And so he was called, and it was like everyone around him was a stranger and did not matter. He just had to get into the mines, and he was gone just like that, leaving a void in the hearts of his family and friends, because he was very well loved. And yes, I don't want to give too many details about Silas, because we don't really see him until quite a bit into the story, and I don't want to give you guys any spoilers, so that's all I'm going to say on him for now. Up next, we have Wolfric, who was Silas's fiance, and Thea actually recruits him to help her on this quest to find Sylas, and Wulfric is very much the opposite kind of person. He's more subdued and quiet, and he doesn't really go out and socialize. He sticks to himself, and that doesn't really just affect his social life, but also his personal well-being. He keeps things bottled up. He doesn't talk about his issues, and obviously he has issues because his fiance, the love of his life, just got up and left one day because of this mysterious entity that basically took over his mind. But yeah, that's gonna mess you up, and he doesn't really talk about it. He's not the kind of person to try and put his burdens onto others. He'd much rather deal with things himself than get anyone else involved. And yes, I think that's all I have to say on Wolfric. And then we come to the only mood board in this set that has no words, and this is the mood board for Valnir. He is the main antagonist. I'm trying to figure out how to explain Valnir without giving you so many spoilers, but he is, thank you, dog barking in the background. Valnir is an elf king. I'm not really sure if I want to say elf or fae. They both kind of seem to be like not quite right, but I don't know. And spoiler alert, he's the thing calling people into the mines. It's a very minor spoiler. It's fine. And yes, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I just really want to talk about these characters. I just think he's really cool. He is a character bent on revenge and getting back at those who've done him dirty. And that's all I'm going to say on him because spoilers. I want to finish this book so that people can read it and then I can talk about it freely without risk of spoiling it for people. But one last character to talk about is Valnir's daughter, Ilynarra, and she is kind of his opposite. She's gentle and kind, but also very strong-willed in that same way that her father is, and she's not really afraid to go against him, and I just really love her. She's kind of like a Persephone character almost. You know how Persephone has that dichotomy where she is both the goddess of spring and flowers, but also queen of the underworld. I feel like Ilynarra has that dichotomy within her, and she's just a fascinating character. I think she might be my favorite in the entire book. And yes, that's, I feel like these mood boards were a little bit of a disappointment because I couldn't get into too many details because spoilers, but I hope you enjoyed them nonetheless. And those are all of my mood boards. This is a very quick video, but yes, let me know down in the comments which character you thought was the most intriguing. Hopefully my lack of information about them gives them this aura of mystery. This is a story very near and dear to my heart, and I'm loving working on it so much already, even though it's only a couple of days into November. And these characters are just so fascinating. It's so different from other things that I've written. Like last year's NaNo Project, which was Revelry. I made mood boards for those, and the characters are just so different from these ones, partially because that one is more contemporary and this one's a fantasy, but also just these ones just feel different to me. There's this vibe about them, and I love them so much. But yes, if you somehow enjoyed this short and strange video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you in the next video. Bye!